Hi guys, welcome to the third class in the chakra series. Today we're working on the third chakra, right kind of at the navel center, slightly above, right at your gut is the manipura chakra. It is where our gut instinct is. It's that fire in the belly, and it is associated with the color yellow and with the element of fire. It's got to do with our personality, our personal identity, our gut instinct, it's kind of seen as the filter for the lower chakras. So we had sort of our core emotions, our core sense of connection and belonging. Now this is kind of our personal power, and it kind of acts as a purification for the desires of the lower chakras. So it can go very much ego-based. It is kind of where the ego is said to lie. So if it's out of sync, a person can be very self-centered, very manipulative. If it's in balance, a person is energetic, they're confident, they go with their instinct, they trust themselves, they have a good sense of self and a sense of self-control. If it's overstimulated, you'll find perfectionism, workaholics, people who have a drive that's kind of overdrive. They just keep going, they keep pushing. They can't seem to let it go. So the fire in the belly, the gut, is what we're going to work with today. And we'll just start out by sitting comfortably and closing the eyes. We might put our hands on the belly. And remember, it's considered the navel center, but it's slightly above. So if your lower finger is across your navel and the palm of your hand is above it. So before we were working on the lower belly, this is the hand above that, the upper belly. Think about the digestive organs, the actual stomach, the base of all of this stuff that's below the chest. You might close your eyes. You can visualize that lovely color of yellow, the yellow of the sun, the heat and flames of a fire as you breathe right down into the belly. In yoga, in our pranayama practice, our breathing practice, we have actually a type of breathing that's meant to be stoking this fire. Breathing down into the belly and really activating it. Now we're not going to do that right now. That's quite a heating and active breath. But we just want to bring our awareness to the belly breath. And with the hands there, breathing really into the belly, filling it up, feeling that warmth. Visualizing as you breathe in, just the fire of the belly igniting a bit more, getting stronger, getting brighter. And as you breathe in and breathe out, just focusing your full attention on the breath, letting out everything else fall away. Letting your thoughts, your worries, your concerns just drop away. All that matters right now is this breath and fueling the fire in your own belly. Bringing your attention to that part of the body, manipura chakra. Breathing in deeply and letting go completely. You're going to release the hands. We're going to come right up to standing. If you've been sitting like me, your legs might be a little bit stiff. We might wiggle them around first. If you've been sitting a different way, it might be easier, but just come up nice and slow, rolling up to standing. And we're just going to kind of wiggle things out. With your feet wider than hip distance, so a good stance. Your knees can be soft. We're just going to kind of shake things out, twist things out gently. Nice and loose, get a little bit looser. We're going to kind of roll it down and sway and twist. Shifting your weight slightly, twisting slightly, attention on that belly. The heat in the belly. And then rolling back up. We're going to start by doing just a couple of sun salutations just to get the body warmed up. This is a part of the body that requires some revving up. We want to get that fire ignited in the body. So from the start, we're going to warm ourselves up, and then we'll settle into some twists. So from the top of your mat, feet are hip distance apart. We're going to inhale the arms up overhead, a little arch if you like. Exhale, forward, fold hands beside the feet, drop the head, look behind you. We're going to take a big step back with both feet, coming just briefly to a plank position, and drop the knees down. You can shift the bum back and up, and we're going to lower the chin and chest down. Straighten everything out. Inhale the head and chest up, and then push back. Keeping the head low, lift up the bum. You might take a little mini step forward. Stretch through the back of the body, shake out the head. You can be still or give things a wiggle here in your down dog. Then soften the knees, look forward, big step to the front of the mat. Inhale to flat back, a half fold here. Exhale, soften, bring the head down towards the knees. Inhale, arms forward and up. Exhale, hands to the chest again. Inhaling the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Drop the head, look behind, big step back with both feet. Push the floor away, come to a nice plank position just briefly, then knees come down. Chin and chest comes down, straighten the body out. And inhale, lift the head and the chest up. Push back onto the knees, push yourself back as far as you can. Drop the head, lift the bum. It might just stay like that. You might step a little bit closer. Keep the head low. Only attempt to straighten those legs if the head can stay in this place, so we don't want to be coming forward. Keep the head tucked. If you want to bring one heel down at a time, you can. Look forward. Big step to the front of the mat. Inhale to half fold. Exhale, head to the knees. Arms come forward and up. Exhale, hands to the chest. One more time. Inhaling up. Exhale, fold. Step back to plank. Knees, chin and chest come down. Straighten. Inhale the head and chest up. Push back onto the knees. Let the head drop low. Lift the bum. Downward dog. Use your ujjayi breath if you can. In and out through the nose. Constricting slightly through the throat. You'll get a little sound. Look forward, big step to the front of your mat. Inhale to flat back. Exhale, head to the knees. And inhale up to the sky. Exhale, hands to the chest. From here, we're gonna step back to warrior one. I'm gonna do the left foot first so that it's easier to see on the video. So I'm stepping back with the left foot, turning the hips to be straight. So we want this left hip to come forward. Bend into the right knee. If that starts to feel a strain on that leg, then lift it up and readjust. So hips are square. The feet can be closer to the two edges of the mat if you like. We should be able to peel the feet off the mat and then sink our hips down. Bring your attention to this belly. Breathe right down into that belly. Activate that chakra. And think about lifting up, 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 raising through the arms. You can keep the arms up, over, right by the ears. You can extend them out wider if you like. You can clasp the hands above the head if you like. Whatever is most comfortable with the arms. We want to keep the hips squared, keep that front knee bent. Feel the warmth arriving in the body. Breathing right down into the belly. One more breath. We're going to bring the hands down to the front of the mat. You can wiggle the foot back in the center of the feet if you like, then step back to down dog. Head is low, bum is high. And then we're going to lift the left leg up, three-legged dog. We're going to step that foot all the way to the front of the mat. You can replace the left hand. And we're going to come up into warrior one on this side. So the hips are square. Check the feet. Make your adjustments. Whoops. Hips are square. Front knee is bent. I'm zipping up the belly and the chest. I'm tightening and raising everything upward. And I'm breathing deeply down into the belly. Igniting that fire. One more breath. Keep it nice and strong. Then exhaling, bringing the hands back forward and down. We're going to step back to down dog one more time. And come down on the knees. Bring the tops of the feet on the floor, bum to the heels. And taking a couple of breaths here. Okay, so from sitting on the heels, thunderbolt position, we're going to come forward into child's pose. So we want to trying to keep this part of the body closed. If that's sore on the fronts of your ankles or your feet, you can put a little cushion underneath. Makes it a little bit less tension through the front of the lower leg and the ankle. And then we're just going to fold forward. So try to keep your bum down. Try to keep your bum down as you lower the upper body to the floor. And then bringing the forehead down. Now, you might see that my bum has lifted up slightly. If the same thing happens to you, you can put a cushion or a block at the front to rest your forehead on. So I'm trying to just fold the body in half here. Letting the arms drop out to the sides. Expanding through the shoulders and the upper back. Kind of let those elbows go out to the side. The chest and the belly are resting against the legs. Just releasing through the back here. If you raise the head, that also just makes it a little bit easier to breathe. If you sometimes feel that your breath gets caught when you're pressed against the legs, it brings a little bit more ease, a little bit more space beneath your face, a little bit less constriction in the chest if you have the head up on a block or a cushion. Bring your attention to that navel center, manipura. See that internal fire. One more breath here. Then you can bring the palms of the hands back up by the shoulders, pushing yourself up. We're going to come to seated, just in Sukhasana, easy cross-legged position. If you want to sit on a block or a cushion, you can. So the legs should be comfortable. If the legs aren't comfortable, then put something beneath the knees to make them more comfortable. So whatever you have, anytime there's a part of the body that's maybe lifted up and it feels like it's resisting it, it doesn't like it, give your body support to feel more comfortable. We want to be sitting on the sit bones. These legs can be kind of as loose or as tight as is comfortable for you. We're going to do a little bit of twisting. So because we're twisting, that's why we wanted to warm up the spine a little bit. We're getting into this navel center, which is activated through any of these spinal twists. And also lateral bends. So, sitting comfortably, we're going to bend to the side first. So right hand on the floor, left hand up towards the ceiling. You can walk the fingertips over if you want. Reach up through the side body, arching over. Keeping the sit bones on the floor. And exhaling up to center. Left hand out to the side. Same thing, right hand up overhead. Arching over, finding a comfortable stretch. Breathing through the side body just briefly. And exhaling up. We're going to bring the left knee slightly forward and cross the right over if you can. If you can't, you can stay in this position. We're just going to twist to the side. So you can stay like this and bring your left hand to the right knee, keeping your spine nice and tall, and twist, turn and twist to the right. If you want a little bit deeper, you can bring that right foot over to this side. You can kind of try to wobble onto the sit bones. So see how I'm kind of bringing space between the two. Then I can wobble my bum down. I want to sit up as tall as I can. My left hand is on my right knee no matter what. And I'm thinking about moving the belly towards the right, twisting the chest towards the right, bringing the right hand behind my back. I'm just using my fingertips as support. And then I'm looking over my right shoulder. Nice deep breath. If you're familiar with your Mula Bandha, if you activate that pelvic floor and then do your twisting, you can feel a little bit more support through the spine. One more breath here, and exhale and release. Just to relieve your neck, we're just going to turn and look towards the left just for a second, and then reset. Undo the legs, bounce the knees up and down a couple of times, and then we're going to twist to the left. So if you've got discomfort, if this is really tight and challenging, stay in this position and bring the right hand to the left knee. If you can bring, the legs over, we're wanting to bring the right knee more forward, bring the left foot to the right side. Wobble onto those sit bones. Stand or sit up nice and tall. Come to a nice tall seat, wobbling everything down. And then think about pulling the belly over to the left, twisting the chest to the left, bringing the left hand behind you for support. Could probably just the fingertips there. And then I'm hugging this towards me and I'm twisting away. If it's comfortable to look a little bit further over the left shoulder, bring the twist into the neck. Don't let the breath get caught, even though you're twisted. Nice, steady, even breath. One more. Slowly coming back to the front. Turning just the head towards the right shoulder. And then release. Unhook the feet, the legs. Bring them out in front. And wobble, wobble, wobble. We're going to do some forward folding. I'm just turning sideways so my feet are in front. If you've got any pain through the sciatic nerve or discomfort in the low back, you can do this sitting slightly upward on a block or a cushion. So legs are out in front, wobble on the sit bones, bring a bit of a bend to the knees, heels down, toes up, and we're going to lay the chest and the belly onto the upper leg, just like we did in our child's pose. So we're getting that contact there. You can wrap your arms underneath if you like. As you're doing this, imagine there's a string from the top of your head pulling the crown of the head forward. And then see if you can lower down slightly. Flex the toes if you can. Keep lengthening through the spine, crown of the head reaching towards the feet. One more breath. Release the arms. Pushing up. And shake out those legs. You can open them and close them as well. Now we're going to lie on the back and we're going to do a little bit of twisting of the spine from the back. So from the back with the knees bent, we can drop the legs out to the left side. We're going to reach the right arm up and behind us. Now it mightn't just go at first, or the shoulder mightn't go down even if the hand does. So if you kind of push into this and you're kind of lifting up the left shoulder and kind of twisting the chest up, now my right arm and shoulder have gotten on the mat. Now the legs here, you can keep them bent. You can straighten them out. I'm going to leave mine straightened, but we want to keep them together. You can put the left hand on the legs to kind of hold them together, or keep your attention on keeping them together. We're twisting the chest towards the ceiling. You can look at the ceiling, or you can turn your head and look towards the right hand. Breathing down the length of the spine. Softening and letting go. Feeling that twist and then trying to stop resisting, trying to just let everything sink down. 2 more breaths. We're going to press into the floor, bend the knees if you straighten them like me, and push yourself back up to lying on the back. Make sure you're still on your mat and you haven't rolled off of it. And then we're going to do the same on the other side. So legs are together. We're twisting to the right, lifting up through the back and the shoulder. You can see how I am maneuvering my right shoulder further away so that I can get the space to bring the left shoulder down. Keeping the legs together. They can stay bent or you can straighten them. Using the right hand now to rest on the legs, looking towards the ceiling or towards the left arm. Softening through the waist. Softening through the low back. Wherever you feel it strong, try to direct your breath to that area. If you feel it strong in the side of the waist, in the hip, just try to soften and direct the breath to that area. And think about that warmth softening the areas that are resistant. Melting that resistance away. Softening through the face, softening through the jaws, the shoulders, the waist, the low back. 2 more breaths. You can release the hand on the knees. If you've straightened the legs, go ahead and bend them again. It just makes it a little bit easier to roll back onto the back. And just give everything a little gentle rock, a gentle roll. If you're comfortable to bring the knees up a little bit Just more strong into the chest, just mimicking that child's pose, mimicking that forward fold. If instead of holding the knees, if you could lift the head up for a second, hold the shin instead, and really hug it in. You can relax the head back down. So we feel the pressure of the legs into the belly. Belly breathe until you feel that pressure of the belly pressing against the legs there. One more breath. And I want you to straighten the legs out in front. Come in to your corpse pose, Shavasana. So the feet can be opened up, the arms can be out to the side, away from the body. Wobble it all down. Just settling into the floor here. Pull the shoulders back and down. Feel the length of the neck. The back of the head resting against the floor. Make sure you're not tilting the head upward or backward. It's just level. Palms of the hands are open towards the ceiling. Feet are flopped open. And you can close the eyes. Close the eyes. Bring your awareness to that navel center, just above the belly button. Visualize the fire in the belly. And just think throughout the day, we want to keep a gentle, even fire in the belly. We want to keep our digestion easy, moving, not getting agitated. We want to keep that warmth in the core of the body without it getting too wild. We don't want to get fiery. We don't want to get too warmed up, but we don't want our fire to ever dampen either. We don't want it to dampen. We don't want it to go out. Taking a few deep breaths, bringing your awareness to that manipura chakra, that fire in the belly. With your breath, just keeping the fires nice and steady. You can see the flames in your mind's eye. Try to make a commitment over the next few days, maybe to pay attention, a little bit deeper attention to your gut instinct, to that emotional intelligence that lies here in this part of the body. You know it when you feel it, and so often we neglect it, we disregard our gut instinct. Our body knows. Our emotional intelligence, when you know it, your brain might be saying, oh, no, don't, don't pay any attention to that. But your body, your emotional intelligence tells you differently. Just try in the next few days to listen to that gut instinct. Honor the manipura chakra, the emotional intelligence of your own body. It also feels nice sometimes, as I'm doing, to kind of rub as you did, or maybe you've done to a child or your parent did to you, how comforting it is to just get a gentle rub of the belly. I like to close up my fingers and kind of rub my closed fist over my belly. So it's just right above the navel, right into that belly. You can breathe into it. And notice how that, not only a parent might have done that when you had a bellyache, but also when you're emotional, had any sort of emotional distress. That was something that as small children, many of us found comforting. And maybe we found it comforting because it was soothing this energetic center of the body. So just bringing our awareness to these different locations of the body as we move through this practice. If you want to go ahead and bend your knees and roll up to sitting. If you prefer to stay lying down, that's great. Just remember to keep moving our awareness through the chakras, acknowledging this energetic flow in the body. Everything isn't just happening in the head, that computer. There's stuff happening through the body. And right here, we really know, if we pay attention, we know that we've got a gut instinct. We know some intelligence lies here. And there's actually lots of new research talking about the gut as being, a second brain. A lot more is happening there than we're really aware of. So pay attention. Pay attention. Thanks for joining me for this third chakra, manipura chakra practice. I hope you follow along with the accompanying meditation and have a beautiful, beautiful rest of your day.